Welcome back. Recently, I had the opportunity to speak with the interim GM of TikTok about some really timely subjects such as cybersecurity and also how to encourage individuals to go into tech fields. Let's take a look.
It's back to school season, so let the learning begin. And it's never too late or too early for students, families, and seasoned professionals of all ages to learn new cyber skills. Today, I have the opportunity to speak with interim GM of TikTok, Andy Bonillo, about how to be cyber smart and keep your family safe. Andy, thanks for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Well, I'm looking forward to talking about not only keeping our families safe, but also if people are considering a career path in cybersecurity sector, you have some advice for that as well. First up, What should we be doing as families, as students heading back to school, as professionals? What are your top recommendations to stay safe and secure?
Well, I think, with cybersecurity and cyber hygiene, it's just no different than what we would tell our kids, from a physical space, and so making sure that we're having an open dialogue with our children is really important. I talk to my daughters about this all the time. In fact, I use TikToks and send them TikToks to learn things because they'd rather hear it from the 60-second video sometimes, than me, So, we want to make sure that they're, consuming the right content. But there are a few things that I think are really, really important that, we stress, right? One is make sure that you've got two-factor verification set up on all of your online accounts. Really, really important to have that second step. It makes it much harder for an attacker to take advantage of you and for you to become a victim. The second is use trusted Wi-Fi where you can. We're out, we're busy, we're running around, we're at the coffee shop, but not all Wi-Fi is trusted. And so try to use trusted Wi-Fi where you can. The third thing would be to have strong, unique passwords to make sure that it's hard for those passwords to be broken. And then lastly, ensure that you have all your auto updates on your devices, especially for not just your phone, but all other internet connected devices, so you can get those latest security patches and updates.
And speaking of connecting to Wi-Fi, you have some recommendations if you are connecting to a public Wi-Fi.
Yeah, again, that's where your two-factor verification becomes really, really important. And then I think also making sure you're visiting trusted websites. And then, other things too, like don't share your device with others. Like there's a few other things, but I would go to at TikTok tips. You can in the application, and you can get a whole host of other content. The campaign we're running right now around Be Cyber Smart, especially with back to school, is really focused on making sure that kids, are not just kids, but like our whole community is safe and secure. We partnered with the Global Cyber Alliance to protect online profiles. And so there's a whole host of tips around making sure you can lock your accounts down and your profiles down.
And I know you also have some great ideas for individuals who are thinking about a career in cybersecurity.
I really love this topic because, I found my journey to cyber was a little bit different. And so, we really believe that, if you can see it, you can be it. And so my personal path was through law enforcement and ultimately in the U.S. Secret Service. And then I had the opportunity to investigate some of the most prolific cyber criminals in the world. And that led me into this amazing job at TikTok. But I didn't start my career with technology. And so we're really, spending a lot of time to try to ensure that we are getting more representation in cyber, getting the field out there. There's 3.5 million jobs that are available that are unfilled today in cybersecurity. There's negative unemployment, there's high job security, and the mission's so fun, right? If you're mission driven, if you like global impactful work, you like to constantly learn, there's no shortage of opportunity to do that. One way you can get in, especially if you're a youngster looking to get into cybersecurity, the TikTok scholarship program that we created with cyversity.org, a nonprofit focused on representation in cyber, is a great opportunity. We've got 50 opportunities with Cyversity for scholarship winners to work with my team, get tips on resume writing, workshops, one-on-one interviews, and mentor from folks on my amazing team.
I'm really glad that you shared your background because some people think going into a tech field you have to have a certain set of skills or, be wired and smart in a definitive way. But technology is really touching every industry, so it can be very different and unique in how you get there. And I appreciate you sharing that. Where can we find more information about all of this and continue this conversation?
Yeah, well, first you can go to at TikTok Tips in app, but I think, if you want to go to careers.tiktok.com, you can check out all our opportunities. And I think there's a lot of cool stuff. cyversity.org is another great place, and you can check out the Global Cyber Alliance. And before I leave you, I think it's really, I love that you touched upon the journey, and that we do believe that there's something for everyone in cyber. So whether you're a veteran and you're coming out of the military, if you're in high school looking to make a transition into college and then eventually in the field in cybersecurity, I have folks on my team that were majors in art that are some of the best security engineers you'll find. We have folks that were in audit. In fact, Kim Alvarella, who's the lead and head of our TikTok global cybersecurity program, was an auditor and comes from a risk background, right? So not everybody has to be from on the keyboard technical. And so, there's something for everyone in cyber, and we really appreciate the opportunity to bring that awareness out.
Well, and we appreciate the encouragement and your perspective. Thank you so much, Andy Bonilla, for joining us today, for talking about being safe online and also thinking about careers in tech and in cyber. Thanks so much for sharing this with us today. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.